Hello, everyone, and welcome to our What's News assignment on foreign and domestic economic concerns. The topic we're going to be focusing on today is foreign market entry modes, economy, social responsibility, and ethics.
We'll be starting this presentation off by navigating the global business landscape. Both of these articles that we chose have to do with the developing environment of international investments and corporate market entry methods. This topic is very important, and we chose these articles because it relates to the way that firms are able to prosper in international markets by making adaptations. The Bloomberg article does a good job of explaining things on the political side, and it explores the challenges of investing in a context where political factors are vital to economic outcomes. The second article that we chose was from the Wall Street Journal. This article does a good job talking about the different ways that businesses grow internationally and some of the different market entry tactics that they use. These articles tie together very well and provide an overview of the difficulties and approaches involved in foreign investments and market entry. This makes them a very invaluable resource for anybody that's looking to comprehend the challenges of doing business internationally in the current environment, and does a great job diving deeper into the different, like I said, market strategies that these businesses have to use.
So the key takeaways from the UAW strike involves all three major Detroit car companies, GM, Ford, and Stellantis, affecting approximately 146,000 U.S. factory workers. A prolonged strike could lead to a decline in auto production, affecting manufacturing output and potentially leading to a lower overall GDP. And this can also impact the labor market, affecting the number of jobs added to each month and potentially influencing the Fed's decisions. So a multi-billion-dollar defense deal between RTX and Saudi weapons firm Scope Defense fell apart. The deal aimed to provide Saudi Arabia with a sophisticated air defense system, but this deal collapsed when it was discovered that Saudi partner companies were pursuing business with sanctioned Chinese and Russian entities. Workers expressed a sense of national unity and timing to the strike, aiming to leverage current union strength and high company profits. Both lower and higher paid workers are united in wanting equal benefits. The key takeaways from the global economy enters an era of upheaval. The term geopolitics has seen a significant surge in usage by major corporations during earnings calls and filings, indicating a heightened focus on international relations and global shifts. The potential impact of this shift on the U.S. economy includes a decline in auto production, affecting manufacturing output and GDP, as well as the possibility of job layoffs. Concerns are raised about potential negative consequences, including higher inflation, reduced innovation, and increased global inequality, resulting from a growing global split driven by geopolitics. So the author's intentions in these articles is to offer readers a deeper understanding of how geopolitical considerations are increasingly influencing corporate strategies, investment decisions, and the overall structure of the global economy. They aim to underscore the importance of recognizing and navigating these geopolitical shifts for businesses, policymakers, and the broader public. They aim to highlight the increasing emphasis that major corporations are placing on geopolitical factors, as evidenced by the surge in the uses of the term geopolitics in corporate communication.
All right, so the two articles that we have chosen are from the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg. Both of these articles address different diverse economic issues touching on aspects specific to the U.S. and global economy. In various ways, the articles complemented one another in explaining relevant issues about the prevailing situation in regards to economic matters. However, both of these articles have taken different viewpoints, especially in regards to the main point of focus. Wall Street Journal article is centered on the U.S. domestic issues, while Bloomberg's article is predominantly about the shifting economic patterns towards geopolitical economic alignment. So how these articles complement each other. The Wall Street Journal highlights three aspects. First being the strike by the United Auto Workers. Based on the analysis given in the article, the strike isn't supposed to derail the economic situation unless it's not resolved in a timely manner. Secondly, being the multi-million-dollar deal between RTX and Scopa Defense is reported as being collapsed. This collapse can potentially put at risk the U.S. military technology being exposed to Russia and Chinese companies, which is putting the U.S. economy at risk. And lastly, discuss the term money dates. This is basically just a conversation between couples where they talk about finances without any blame being given. The Bloomberg article, on its point of view, addresses the transitioning of the world economy towards geopolitical alignment in terms of the Russia and Ukraine war. So on to the different viewpoints. The Bloomberg article presents a scenario where the U.S. economy is seen as improving despite the U.S.-China tension and the Russian-Ukrainian war. On the other hand, the Wall Street Journal article says that all these economic situations can easily derail the U.S. economy. For example, the collapse of the RTX Scopa defense deal is a disadvantage to the U.S. economy, additionally to the strike by workers if it's not completed in a timely manner. It says the strike continues. So while the Bloomberg article views the current events as favoring the economy, the Wall Street Journal article views the current events as being a deterrent to the country's current economic growth. On to lessons from reading the two articles. The articles present economic issues affecting the U.S. at both the macroeconomic and microeconomic levels. They both offer a comprehensive understanding of the domestic issues affecting the well-being of the economy, such as the United Auto Workers strike and the need for money dates by couples. These issues are advanced to a global scale where international deals, events, and engagements are addressed, and their ramifications on the U.S. economy. Both of these articles provide significant insight on the economic situation in the U.S. in context of the global and domestic happenings. The articles complement each other, effectively considering their focus on issues at the two levels, domestic and international, but they also further, their differing viewpoints are critical in underscoring the positives and negatives of the U.S. economic situation.
So in my section, I did the underlying topic of both articles and how they relate to the course material. So in the first article, which is the Wall Street Journal one, it discussed the various global geopolitical issues. It covered things like the U.S.-China tensions, as well as the Russia-Ukraine conflict that's ongoing. So that would mean regional disputes, terrorism, and nuclear proliferation. So that one gives a broad overview of the current geopolitical challenges. And the second one is the Bloomberg article. It focuses more so on the impact of the geopolitical on the economic trends, the geopolitics. It highlights how the major companies are increasingly considering geopolitics in their investment decisions, which relates to international business. So things like blocks, like geopolitical blocks, to put like pressure on the Ukraine during the conflict, and highlights the potential, costs and conflicts of it all. So as our world gets more interconnected, it emphasizes, how this affects trade for all companies that are both, global investments and domestic companies. So basically, the first article provides the general overview of the geopolitical challenges, but the second one, the Bloomberg one, dives deeper into each thing and how it affects the economy as a whole, corporate behavior as a whole. And the second article also, discusses the specific factors that cause the shifts and the potential implications. I related these to the class material because in the book, on page 146, it discusses the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which is, very interesting because that's such a present, ongoing thing. And the consequences that are going to happen because of it in the future. And as well, the articles talked about foreign direct investment, which is what we just talked about earlier this past week in the class. The book discusses on page 208 how the perception, I relate to how the perception of these companies that operate globally, manufacturers in Russia may end up feeling pressure or like not being able to do as well because in the implication that they're in Russia, consumers will know that and might not want to buy from them because of how Russia is perceived right now because of the geopolitical conflicts. And as like the Bloomberg article really, it states that the UN, foreign direct investment data suggests that the world is going to organize, in such a way that would benefit the Ukraine more so than Russia, and to try to penalize Russia for the invasion in Ukraine. But that's how it relates to the course material and the underlying topic of both articles.
In conclusion, we discussed the dynamic nature of the global economy, the ever-changing landscape of geopolitics, and the necessity for firms to continually adapt in order to thrive internationally. These points are not just abstract concepts. They hold significant implications for businesses operating in today's interconnected world. The global economy, as we've discussed, is in state of constant motion. Market conditions shift, technologies advance, and consumer preferences evolve. To navigate this complex landscape successfully, firms must be agile and adaptable, embracing change as an opportunity rather than a threat. Our examination of a recent event, the UAW strike, allowed us to see firsthand how global events can have profound implications for businesses. We scrutinized how this strike could impact the U.S. economy both in the short term and the long term. This case study highlighted the importance of understanding the ripple effects of such events. We also emphasized that geopolitics is not a distant concern, but an integral part of international affairs. Both articles have highlighted how international trade and economics are deeply intertwined with geopolitical factors. Conflicts, alliances, and regional power dynamics influence investment choices, trade patterns, and overall economic stability. In addition to these insights, the articles we've examined provide a comprehensive understanding of what it takes to do business internationally today. They serve as invaluable resources for anyone looking to grasp the intricacies and challenges of international commerce. By studying these articles, we can better equip ourselves to navigate the intricate and ever-changing global landscape. In conclusion, the global economy's dynamism and the constant shifts in geopolitics present businesses with both challenges and opportunities. To thrive internationally, firms must embrace adaptability and stay informed about global events. The insights gained from our discussion today can be instrumental in shaping successful strategies for businesses aiming to conquer the challenges of international commerce. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it.